talked about tomorrow like it was something far away. I talked about forever like we never change. I was saving every memory, building dreams around your name, while you were simply living, enjoying every passing day. Looking back now I can see we were reading different stories, standing on the same page, but imagining different endings. You were just a chapter, I thought you were the whole book. You were just a moment, I thought forever was how it looked. I was planning all our future years, you were collecting beautiful memories. The saddest thing about loving you is learning what we meant was never the same. You called it an adventure, a season of your life, something meaningful and special, but never meant to survive. And every word hit differently the night you finally confessed, because I was building a home while you were passing through as a guest. I guess love can exist in two completely different ways. One heart sees a destination, the other sees a face. You were just a chapter, I thought you were the whole book. You were just a moment, I thought forever was how it looked. I was planning all our future years, you were collecting beautiful memories. The saddest thing about loving you is learning what we meant was never the same. Hey, maybe neither of us lied, maybe neither of us was wrong. You loved me for that chapter, I loved you for a lifetime. But intentions don't erase pain, and meanings don't align. When one person says experience and the other hears mine. You were just a chapter, and I was writing wedding vows. You were taking pictures of the journey, I was trying to settle down. Now I understand the difference between being loved and being chosen, because you treasure what we had but never planned to hold it. You were just a chapter, I thought you were the story. Maybe that's why goodbye hurts so much. Just a chapter, forever to me. Different endings, I was staying, you were passing through. Yeah. Every Thursday after midnight, she'd sit alone by the window seat, a glass of red wine in her hand, lost somewhere between the music and the city. The band would play old jazz standards, the saxophone would fill the room, and she'd write something in a little notebook, like she was trying to save a memory. I never knew her story, but somehow I looked for her every night. She was the girl at the jazz bar, the one beneath the amber lights, a stranger who felt familiar without ever saying a word. And now that corner table's empty, the music doesn't sound the same. Funny how someone can leave a mark on your heart without you even knowing their name. For months I rehearsed introductions, different versions in my head. Can I sit here? What's your favorite song? But courage always arrived too late, and another night would slip away while she stared out at the rainy streets. And I watched from across the room. I thought there would always be tomorrow, until there wasn't. She was the girl at the jazz bar, the reason I stopped by every week, the reason lonely nights felt lighter in a city full of strangers. Now the chair remains untouched, the bartender says she stopped coming around, and suddenly this place feels bigger than it ever did before. Maybe she moved away, maybe she found someone to love, or maybe she's sitting in another city being somebody else's mystery. She was the girl at the jazz bar, a chapter that never got written, a song that never found its lyrics, a name I never learned. And years from now, I'll probably still wonder what would have happened if I'd walked over just once. The saxophone keeps playing, but she's not here tonight. Your coffee mug is still on the shelf, the picture frame still hangs crooked on the wall. The plant you bought is somehow still alive. Everything stayed except you. The couch still faces the television, your side of the bed is still untouched. It's strange how a place can look exactly the same and feel completely different. I thought missing you would be the hardest part, but it's living with your absence that breaks me. This apartment is still full for 2 plates sometimes. Still leave space beside me on the couch. Still turn around when I hear a noise, forgetting nobody's coming home. The clock keeps ticking in the kitchen, the city keeps moving outside, but inside these walls, time got stuck the day you left. People say a home is just a place. I know that's not true anymore. This apartment is still full of memories, hidden in every room. In the hallway where we danced, in the kitchen where we stayed up talking, in the bedroom where we planned forever. Now forever feels very far away. The hardest thing isn't seeing your things disappear, it's seeing mine remain, like proof that I stayed while others didn't. This apartment is still standing, still holding every piece of our story. But stories don't keep people together, and memories don't answer back. So every night I come home to the same address, and the completely different life. The lights are on, the door is unlocked, but home left with you. We were too young for forever, too proud to say sorry, too scared to be vulnerable, too busy trying to be right. Back then love felt easy, until real life arrived, and neither of us knew what to do with the weight of it. We had the right hearts, just not the right time. And if we met a little later, maybe we'd still be together. Maybe we know how to listen, instead of just waiting to speak. Maybe we choose each other on the hard days too. If we met a little later, maybe I wouldn't have lost you. I look at who we are now, older, softer, wiser. The things we used to fight about wouldn't even matter today. It's funny how growing up works. The lessons arrive after the person leaves, and some of us learn love by losing it. If we met a little later, when we understood ourselves better, when insecurity wasn't driving the car, when fear wasn't making decisions, maybe the story would have changed. Maybe the ending would have too. I don't regret loving you. the wrong end. Broken piano at 4 a.m. inside my tiny apartment, still wearing the hoodie you left behind, trying not to fall apart. It was never meant for radio, just a desperate letter with a melody about a girl who once told me, promise you'll never stop making music. Funny how heartbreak sounds beautiful. One stranger starts singing along. Now the whole world knows the song she loved. Thousands of voices every night singing words I wrote about her eyes under stadium lights. But the one girl it belonged to probably never plays it anymore, and somehow that hurts more than writing it in the first place. People ask me who inspired it, I just laugh and change the subject, 'cause some names still break differently even after all these years. I heard you moved somewhere quiet, far away from all this noise, while I became the version of myself you always believed I could be. Success feels strange sometimes when the person you wanted beside you most only exists inside the lyrics now. So every night the crowd screams louder, phones light up like stars in the dark, and I sing the story of us to millions of strangers. still here every day, still sending those familiar little texts. But the longer I stay beside you, the emptier my heart feels. There are things I no longer tell you, because I know you wouldn't understand. I act strong in front of everyone, then cry alone at night, healing myself. I used to think having someone to love would make lonely days easier, but the saddest loneliness is feeling alone inside a relationship. Don't love someone who constantly makes you feel lost. Even if they stay beside you, their heart was never truly with yours. Yes, I have someone I love, but I still heal myself alone, wiping my own tears, surviving my own pain, like I'm alone in this world anyway. You're not a bad person, you just never understood what I needed. I never wanted anything huge, just someone willing to stay when I felt weak. Some nights I cried for hours while you peacefully slept beside me. The worst distance isn't miles apart, it's lying next to someone who can't reach your heart. Oh, women eventually leave when they get tired of being strong for too long. No one wants to leave the person they love, they just don't want to feel lonely anymore. Don't love someone who makes you carry everything alone. Love is supposed to feel like peace, not another place that exhausts your heart. Oh, one day you'll understand. Someone who truly loves you will never leave you alone on the days you need love the most. Rain falls on 8th Avenue, taxis blur into shades of blue, people rushing with somewhere to be, while I'm standing still with your memory. The city never slows down, but somehow every drop that hits the ground brings back a different piece of you. And all the things we used to do, I can handle sunny days, I can lose myself in crowded streets, but when the clouds begin to break, your ghost finds its way back to me. It's always the New York rain that makes me miss you again. Every streetlight reflection feels like a scene we were in. The city shines like silver across the midnight pavement, and every storm reminds me of a love I couldn't save. It's always the New York rain that brings your name back again. The diner on 42nd Street still serves coffee that tastes bittersweet. I passed the window where we sat, and suddenly I'm looking back. The skyline hides behind the clouds like the future we talked about. Funny how a million lights can glow and still leave someone feeling alone. every crowded avenue into a picture frame of you. The years keep moving forward, the seasons keep changing too, but every storm defines this city somehow finds my heart too. And for a moment you're standing next to me again. It's always the new, you're great, that makes me miss you. 2020, 2020, 20. 'Still your memory in every storm. Soft rain on the unseen distant city. Traffic fade into silence. It's 2:13 in the morning. Your name still lives above my keyboard. I type 100 different versions of everything I never said before. How have you been? Sounds way too distant. I miss you, sounds way too late. So I just stare at the blinking cursor, like it knows my mistakes. Every night I build a bridge to you, then burn it before sunrise. These are the drafts I never sent, the words I never left my hands, paragraphs full of apologies you'll probably never understand. I keep writing conversations that only exist inside my head, 'cause losing you is hard enough, but losing the chance to explain myself, that's what keeps me awake. I still know your number by memory, even though I swore I let it go. Funny how the heart remembers things the mind is trying to forget. Some nights I almost hit send, then fear talks louder than hope, and another message disappears into the graveyard of unsaid things. Maybe silence became my punishment for every moment I stayed quiet before. These are the drafts I never sent, the stories hidden in my phone, every sentence trying to reach you long after you've already moved on. I keep typing your name at midnight, then deleting every line again, 'cause courage always seems to leave right before I need it waiting for one person who stopped waiting long ago. And tomorrow night I'll probably write another, just to delete it before dawn, like I always do. We weren't screaming in the kitchen, no broken promises on the floor. No one cheated, no one lied. We just started reaching for each other. Bills stacked up beside the coffee maker, deadlines are living in our heads. Every night we came home exhausted, with nothing left to give. We kept saying we'll be okay when life slows down, but life never slowed down. We were too tired of love, too tired to fight, too tired to fix what was breaking inside. And somewhere between survival and tomorrow, we forgot how to hold each other. Nobody walked away for somebody else, nobody stopped caring. We were just two good people running out of strength. You'd fall asleep beside me early, I'd stay up answering emails, living in the same apartment, but somehow miles apart. The silence wasn't anger anymore, it was exhaustion wearing our faces. And every I'm fine became heavier than the truth underneath it. It's hard to save a relationship when you're barely saving yourself. We were too tired of love, too tired to stay awake for one more conversation, too tired to notice how lonely we'd become. And by the time we realized it, the distance already felt normal. People think heartbreak needs a villain, someone to blame, but sometimes love dies quietly under the weight of ordinary life. No betrayal, no dramatic goodbye, just two hearts carrying too much, trying to survive a world that never stopped moving. And maybe that's what hurts most, knowing we still loved each other when we finally let go. I still wonder sometimes if we would've made it in an easier life. Midnight traffic crawling slow, raindrops dancing on the windshield, streetlights blur like old memories as the radio hums too quietly. I still reach for the volume sometimes, 'cause you always sang every chorus wrong, laughing louder than the music itself, like the whole world belonged to us. Funny how habits survive heartbreak, even after love is gone. My eyes still drift to the right side every single drive home, to that empty passenger seat where you used to put your feet up, singing old songs with the windows down, like life can never hurt us. Now it's just silence, riding shotgun in your shadow in every street light glow. I never realized how loud loneliness sounds till your voice disappeared from my car. Still a coffee stain near the console from that winter road trip to Chicago, and one blonde hair caught in the seatbelt that I still haven't put away.